Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I'm James Tacho with your Southwest Ag Grain Market Update for April 27th, 2018. So I just want to thank the Toronto Maple Leafs for being eliminated from the playoffs. Now we can finally get that spring weather we've been hoping for. And with this nice weather ahead of us, it sounds like a lot of growers have been getting nitrogen on their wheat, and overall guys are saying that the wheat looks to be in great shape. So if you're looking to get some more wheat booked up before harvest, don't hesitate to give us a call, as we're not too far away from $6 wheat picked up off the combine. So today's topics are StatsCan's production numbers and what that outlook looks like for Ontario. We will also touch on some planting progression numbers and a quick weather outlook. So like the USDA, StatsCan provides the world with Canada's interpretation of what they see going on in their backyard. And just like the USDA, producers, analysts, and buyers alike oftentimes disagree with the numbers they come out with. But we have to live with those numbers and figure out where the market goes from here. So StatsCan released their expected acres for grain in Canada for 2018. Soybean farmers intend to plant 6.5 million acres of soys, and that's down a shocking 11.4% from last year's record high. Here in Ontario, farmers are expected to plant roughly 3 million acres. That's down almost 2%. Manitoba, they come in as the largest decrease at 14.4%. That's the first decrease in the province since 2007. That will be interesting to see how this affects local basis values, as a steady amount of Manitoba beans have been crushed locally over the last few years. We should see about a 5% increase in corn acres. In Ontario, we are looking at 2.4%, and that should land us in the 2.2 million acre range for corn. And Manitoba flipping the switch from the largest decrease in beans to the largest increase in corn. They're up 11% for a total of 455,000 acres. Moving into the planting progress, locally we're still waiting for that ground temperature to heat up before we really get going, but we are starting to see some corn getting planted on some of that lighter ground. The gap is starting to widen down in the US, as corn is sitting at about 5% planted versus the 5-year average of 14%. If that gap continues to widen, it will be interesting to see how the market reacts. Even though they could plant corn in a hurry down there, the market could still add in some delayed planting premiums, which could create very attractive prices, which we are already starting to see on the board, as we currently sit at $5 dry corn delivered to the end user. Well, this is the final weekend of April, and it'll be feeling a lot more like March across much of Ontario. There's going to be another shot of spring snow that could leave some northern Ontario shoveling by Saturday, with even the threat of some snow as far south as the Greater Toronto area. This spring roller coaster continues, and by next week we're talking summer-like temperatures. So if you can shake off this weekend's forecast, the warming trend is on track for next week. Will be worth it. Temperatures are set to climb into the upper teens by Monday and reach 20 degrees for the first time so far this year. By Tuesday, it's going to be even warmer, as temperatures are possibly reaching the mid-20s for parts of the region, and an added bonus of a southwest wind. And we don't stop there. Wednesday and Thursday will actually be the warmest days of the week, with a lot of potential for daytime highs into the mid and upper 20s, which we could even see a humidex of 30 degrees. So it looks like it will go from about nothing to full bore in the egg world. To finish off, we're about a $4.90 wet corn delivered to the elevator. New crop beans are up to $13 delivered to the elevator, and new crop wheat sitting about a $5.80. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a good weekend. This has been your Southwest Ag Grain Market Update. I'm James Tacho, keeping the swag in ag.